lang tayo dinaan. Puro ano. Buong city. Pati yung ano ng train kita. Di ba ano ng train yan? Kahit nasaan. Graffiti.
We arrived to our hotel. All this land, it was under the water. So at Almere, the town where we are gonna sleep, it's very new, because it was just built during the, I think it was during the 50s or 60s, something like that. And look here, we have the dikes in order to stop the water from moving.
This is our hotel in Amsterdam. We're gonna stay here for 2 nights before heading back home to Europe.
This is small cruise. This is the cruise in the Rhine and here in the Netherlands.
I see. Oh, no.
And in front of us we have the central station.
Yeah.
So on one side we have the water, and in the other side is the city. Okay. You have here like channels, a lot of channels and rivers. Everything is connected with the Rhine.
May cruise ship pala.
So it is very important, please, when we go out of the bus, and it's very important when we do the city tour, we have to watch our steps. To be careful with the bikes. Here there is a lot of bikes, and it's important to be together. Okay, you're gonna have the whole afternoon for yourselves to buy, to walk, but it's important to go together so nobody get lost.
Ayan. Ewan ko nga, maganda.
Yung restaurant siguro isa na yun.
Ito na ang downtown.
Hindi naman barko yun eh.
Hindi. Building, maganda lang ang siya.
And you're right, you have this building, it's called the Eye.
The Eye. Oh.
The white one?
I see. The Eye.
It's a museum, it looks
Looks like an eye.
somehow.
So yun eh, para nakapatong lang sa V-shape. Ay, building.
The Eye. The Eye daw. Nice. Yeah. Bago naglakad-lakad, ano?
In front of us we have the Church of St. Nicholas, and on the left we have the Central Station.
Are you sure?
Central
Very
Station.
beautiful buildings, and just in front of the Central Station, here on our right, you have the whole city.
Hard to tell. Hard to tell.
Hotel.
Yung mga tourist, maraming tourist. Mahirap paligaw dito, kaya kailangan
Yeah.
nakakatakot paligaw.
Ibis. May Ibis. Oo nga.
Ibis na kayo.
Ibis Hotel.
Okay, guys, we going out now.
Doon nila, binababa yung mga karga nila. May
Oo.
hook. Ayan.
Tara.
Ala, nito taga Pilipinas pa rin tayo.
Oo.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, good night.
Maganda souvenir yan.
Holy City.
Eh, di
You
ma,
have to go down.
di
then
ma-plug ka.
I don't know.
Di ba? Ha? Mga mga basura.
Pinipintahan nila.
Ah.
Ito na. Bakit kaya? Bumababa.
Paano siyang
Bumababa.
oo nga eh.
Yan ang pala,
nun, ano?
smart.
Yeah.
Bumababa pala yung harang na yun.
Oo.
Look at that. Look.
Oh.
Okay na. Hello.
Ha? Oo nga eh.
Yan, kita ka dun.
Ha?
Punta ka doon, sa kabila. Kayo, punta kayo doon. Shopping center pala yan.
Oo nga.
Magna Plaza.
Mamaya po tayo.
Ayan. Luman-luma na rin ito.
Oo. Parliament.
Oo. Yeah.
Goede zuster, van harte welkom op deze Eucharistie-viering. U gedenkt vandaag als geschiedenis. Bisschop Gerrit, geboren in 354 Augustus, studenteleven, werd hij in Milaan.
Napunta na sa ano.
Avocado tree? No.
Huh?
Looks. My dear, my dear.
Do what you like, but do not bother somebody else. Do we do this because we are so kind? No, it was convenient for the merchants, because from some people they could learn a lot and other people could work here. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Amsterdam, the biggest city and capital of our country, we always had 700,000 inhabitants. The last 10-15 years we are growing so much. We have 2 universities. We have a lot of schools equal to university. Students from all over the world come and study here. In my house is living Adrian from Mexico, Livia from Italy. They come and study here and later they find right away a job, because we are searching our people. We don't have enough staff to work, and therefore actually the city is growing. We are creating more land. The whole city is made out from a marshy area, from water. Before we can live we have to make land. Look to the right. This is the lady, the great-grandmother of our king. After 4 generations of queens we have a king now. To the left, William Alexander, who married the 2nd of February 2002 with Maxima Sorchiesa from Argentina. Here we see the column, look to the left, made of natural stone. Here was the house where in the year 1345 happened the miracle of Amsterdam, which we told you, the miracle, and still every 3rd weekend in March, people from all over Europe come here, like Fatima, like Lourdes and Santiago. Amsterdam is the holy city. People walk the whole night, they pray, and therefore they don't talk. It's called the silent procession.
Dami oh.
on the Dam Square, we see the Royal Palace, built as a town hall after the 8 Years' War, to show the others we are free in this city. This is our symbol of freedom, because the Spanish troops could never conquer us. And
Oo
in
nga,
time
bakit
of
kaya ganyan?
What do you say? Your friend is sitting next to you. Be careful. And then in the time of Napoleon, we were part of the empire of Napoleon. His brother Louis was our king. Louis only wanted to live here, and therefore he changed the town hall into a royal palace. From that moment on, are we capital of the country. Our royal family is not living there, they live in The Hague. When we have a ceremony, for example, the 4th of May, 7:30 in the evening, first they go to the church, the second church, built in the city as the Holy Mary Church. They only use it for the royal family, so now there is an exhibition of the world press photo inside. But the 4th of May, the king and the queen come out of the palace, go to the white obelisk, to the right, bring their flowers, and then at 8 o'clock in the evening, for 2 minutes, there's silence in the country, and we think of the victims of the Second World War. Amex or Primark. Then we see the building with the clock, the very first stock exchange of the world was born there in the 16th century. This stock exchange is from 1920, made by a famous school of architects of Amsterdam. They always did a lot to help the poor people, so they made bright new neighborhoods for these people. We are going in the direction of the Central Railway Station. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not central, because it was made in the open sea. Between 8 and 1300 we had so many floodings that 1/3 of our country changed back in sea. And therefore the whole history through, tomorrow we are going to explain it all to you. We had to close off the sea. In the beginning of 1900 it was possible with the enclosure dikes. Now it's a lake, but nobody wanted to station there. Look first to the right. There we see written the cost gaat voor de badhuid. First you have to pay, then you can earn your money. That was the first tax office. He is in another world, very happy and in his own world. He doesn't know that we are behind him. He had no idea anymore. Lost. Yeah. To the right you see that the river is coming out, and that the houses, like in 1300, are standing on wooden piles. In total, Amsterdam was built on 11 million wooden piles in the water of the river. As long as they are in the water, there's no problem. But when the water is going down, when air comes together by wet wood, it starts to rot, and therefore houses are leaning. The Central Railway Station looks like a neo-Gothic cathedral, because the architect Peter Kuipers made all the buildings looking like in such a way, because he was upset that for 270 years Catholic people had in their houses a secret church, that they couldn't show it in public. Here to the right we see a street that was a part of the artificial hill, which we call a dike, the protection of the sea, where the girls with lights, they used red and strong, and to show the seamen, come over here, this is the harbor, here you're safe, and here we party. They still party there. To the right is the St. Nicholas Church. St. Nicholas is the patron of our town. The very first and second St. Nicholas Church are in the neighborhood behind the houses to the right, where we have the first 2 canals. Once the religious neighborhood with all the monasteries and convents, now the famous red light area. But it's the most historical neighborhood. There you see the old houses, you see the first church of St. Nicholas, and you see the second one in the house of a family who was so rich in 1600. You go in the house up to the attic, and on 3 floors is the church. It's still called Our Dear Lord on the attic. Look to the right, there's the first church. Look to the right, And here this tower close by was the place from where ladies, to the left you remember, was the sea, had to say goodbye when they sailed away, and therefore they were not sure from every 3 ships maybe one could return. The families were so unhappy, crying, that the tower is called the Tower of Tears. To the left, so bright new, we see a new hotel, new apartments, the library, conservatorium. We see this is a restaurant is a copy that they had in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong it sank down, but here it's still there, a Chinese restaurant. Look to the right, this hotel that was made for companies, ship companies, and their offices there. Look on the roof, you see still their flats, and that's also made by this famous school of architects who helped the working class. To the green building to the left, it looks like a ship was sinking, that was made there by the famous Italian architect Renzo Piano. In Italy you cannot make such a modern buildings. It's a museum of science where children can play with computers. To the right, look at these big windows. Look at the houses, sometimes made of natural stone. You had to pay tax Hawaii because we had no land. You had to pay tax for the window, and you had to pay tax for the natural stone that we have to bring over from other countries. We don't have it. We have sand, clay and water, so therefore all the houses are made out of bricks. To the right, we see a tower where we have the office. Inside the office of water, they control the level from the water. Very important for us. Look here to the right, we see, we have to make it very short. Was once the office of the West Indian Company inside. I cannot make the city tour extensor because we don't have so much time. You have to go to the church at 1. To the left we see then a copy from a ship that Amsterdam was very famous in the 15th century. They invented the best ship of Europe. The ship was smaller than the others, could easily turn, and with these ships we went all over the world. We had the West and the East Indian Company. India for us was Indonesia, and all the spices, all the herbs, pepper that was very expensive, they brought here. There behind was their storehouse, that's now the Maritime Museum. And I showed you the building, and I said there was once the office of the West Indian Company. For this company was working Peter Stuyvesant and Henry Hudson. They said, we know the shortest way to go to Indonesia. They ended up by an island. They bought the island from the Indians for the 24 daalders. The daalder that was 2.5 guilder. Before the euro we used guilders. Then they built their New Amsterdam. Now, New Amsterdam has a different name. It is called, because we had to change it, with England. I tell you some names more than you can guess. There was a neighborhood called Haarlem. That is here, the capital of our province. It's 20 kilometers away from Amsterdam. There was a neighborhood called Breukelen. Breukelen is the place where we have the only private university of. What would I have done when I was there on that place? Meanwhile, when we go through the ugliest street of Amsterdam because it's all bright new, we didn't want it anymore, so we started to demonstrate, and therefore since 1973 the mentality changed and we try to restore as much as we can. But we pass by the 4 main canals. They are made in half a circle around the center. Each time when Amsterdam was growing, we made by hand, so it's not deep at all, a new canal around. The statue of the man we just saw by the synagogue is the symbol of the strike of the working class in February 41. People could not accept that the Nazis started to deport Jews of the town.
What are the enemies? Three enemies of the town.
Okay, we crossed the river that gave his name to the city, the river the Amstel. And look to the left in the river, we see very old transport ships. Too old, too small for the work, but very nice to live inside. People in the 30s said, let's buy such a ship. Then, what we do is that when we are there inside for a few years, then we have time to find an ordinary apartment, but anyway we can stay in the city. But you know, after a few years they never wanted to change anymore, because they love it, bless you, to live on such a way. So therefore we have 2,400 houseboats in Amsterdam. These people are legal. What will say legal? They rent their place. They have water, they have electricity, and they have a solution for their storage. But Amsterdam doesn't want to give a new place to, this was no era una decisión buena. But Amsterdam doesn't want to give a new place for a houseboat. So we have to go to somebody and ask, can I have your place? They know you can never find another place because Amsterdam will not give it to you. So they can ask the price. What a gek. What will say gek? Crazy. What a crazy wants to pay.